Hey, 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 happy Thursday, happy Thursday, happy Thursday. I hope you have had a great day. If you happen to catch me loud, live, and in color, let me know you are catching me live. Drop a hey MJ in the comments. If you happen to catch this on the replay, that's cool. Drop a thumbs up if you happen to catch this on the replay. So, it's been a while since I've done an actual live talk about a Thursday, but I figured I'd change it up just a little bit so that way I'm not falling into a habit that I don't want to keep. I would love to go live more than what I have, but life just gets in the way. I'm just going to be honest. Life gets in the way. So give me just a second. Let me see what I have going on. One, two, there's a couple more groups I think I want to share this into. Where is my live? I see it on the computer. There we go. All right. Group. Let me see. Choo. I might not be able to find it. Hold on. Okay. There we go. All right. Just wanted to get that shared to one last group before I go on ahead and get started. So, if you happen to catch us on Facebook, let us know you're catching us on Facebook. If you are catching this on YouTube, let us know you are catching us on YouTube. So, welcome to Talk About It Thursday, where we talk about all things travel over here. Okay. This week's topic that I want to discuss is your travel advisor versus buy now, pay later websites. Okay. Your travel advisor versus buy now, pay later websites. Okay. Now, if you have ever used a buy now, pay later website for booking travel, this is specifically for booking travel. Let me know in the comments that you have used a buy now, pay later for booking travel. But can I just throw this little bit of information out there for you? Your travel advisor can be your buy now, pay later for your vacation. Okay. Okay. Now, for those who might enjoy a good zip or air affordable, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Buy now, pay later websites are a great way for you to be able to afford the vacation. However, if you are working with a travel advisor, we can do that as well. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a myth. Not everybody pays a $5,000 vacation up front. Okay. Even as your travel advisor, I don't even pay for my vacations up front. I pay on my vacations over time, just like I do for all of my clients. Okay. So if you have if you have the thought that you have to make a $5,000 payment in full, that's not completely true. Okay. That's not completely true. It does depend on whether you are booking in advance or if you are impulse buying. Now, if you are booking well in advance and for your travel advisor, for me, and this is for me, I'd recommend anything that has more than 90 days from the time that you want to start looking to the time that you want to actually travel. So if you're looking for something for this time next year, you would not need a buy now, pay later because your travel advisor can take care of that. Okay. That's what I'm here for. Now, one of the biggest differences between buy now pay laters and your travel advisor is we're not as strict as and I'm going to use Airfordable. I'm not Airfordable. That's specifically for flights. Klarna. Okay, Klarna. I think I've heard that Klarna can be used for booking vacations. Not sure, but we're going to use it for example here in this case. If you are booking a vacation that is a year out, okay, and you wanted to pay on it over time, you would be able to do that with both your travel advisor and Klarna. However, Klarna is going to have you on a set schedule, okay, where you're going to have to make them installment payments. And if you don't make that installment payment on time, you run into late fees. So let's just say, for example, you Klarna a vacation, but you had an unexpected car repair that came up and you couldn't make that installment payment on time. You had to pay a late fee. With your travel advisor, with Travel with MJ, you would not necessarily have to worry about a late fee. Why? Because we work with you. Okay. Your vacation should not be on an automatic bill play unless you want it to be. Okay. Now, I have clients who I have worked with who will either want to pay on it on a set schedule, but a lot of my clients will wait until closer to final payment deadline and they will make their final payment in full at that time. And for some, that could be a couple of months out. For some, that has been a year out. Okay. It just depends on if you have done all of the planning ahead of time. If you have not done that planning ahead of time, you're going to run into where you're going to need a Klarna where you're going to have to buy now, pay later. And every 2 weeks, they're going to be looking for their money. And if they don't have their money on time, they're charging you a late fee. Okay. One of the things that I love about being a travel advisor is allowing the flexibility for my clients to pay when they can, as long as they are aware that their final payment is on this date, anytime in between there. So let's just say we're looking today. Today is June 11th, 2026 for a June 15th, 2027 cruise. Okay. And I'm using cruises because I can give you the timeline on that. Because this is a June cruise, their final payment is going to be more than likely in March or April, depending on the cruise line. Okay. Anywhere from March to April. They would have anywhere June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, or April to make their payments on their cruise without having to use Klarna, without having to use a buy now, pay later site. And I'm not completely against buy now, pay later sites. I'm not. So please don't take this live as, oh, she's against buy now, pay later. I'm not. I use buy now, pay later, but I don't use it for my vacation. Okay. And the reason why I don't use it for my vacation is because I plan my vacations out in advance to where I can set aside that money to budget to put away into a separate account. So when final payment comes through, I will be ready. Okay. So let me know in the comments, have you used a buy now, pay later for booking vacations? Yes or no? Okay. Have you used a buy now, pay later site for booking your vacation? For me, the answer is no. And that's only because I don't want to get into that practice of asking clients for any more sensitive information than what I'm already asking for. As a travel advisor, you would have to trust me with your credit card information, but we go through an authorization process. But I do not want to ask, okay. But I would not want to ask anybody for their social security number or certain logins and all that. Also, another reason why I do not promote buy now, pay laters is because it will require you, the client, to do a little bit more work. When you're working with a travel advisor, the whole goal of the travel advisor is to take that off of your hands, not to put it back in your hands, but telling you to log into your buy now, pay later and see if you can afford it. That's not the goal of a travel advisor. My goal is to make sure that your trip is paid in full, make sure that you have a great time. And as I always say, I'm with you from the time you start booking to the time that you return home. Okay. And I don't want to make any extra work. So Buy now, pay later will require you to do some logging in. It requires you to use your social security number and all that good stuff. I know that um there are some travel websites like Royal Caribbean who has a flex pay that will allow you to pay on your vacation, but it's still being worked through me, not something that you would have to do separately from me to make any additional work on yourself. Okay. So, you know, but like I said, I have used buy now, pay later. I am not a hater of buy now, pay later. But if you are scheduling your trips out in advance to where you know you're going to be going on vacation next year and you want to start booking now, first off, do that. Okay. But if you know that that's what you want to do and you want to start looking now for next year, you definitely want to do that because you'll be able to get better pricing. You wouldn't have to worry about a buy now, pay later, and you would be able to breathe and relax. If something was to come up, if an unexpected car repair, hospital bill, if anything was to come up where you needed those funds from that buy now, pay later, would you be able to do it? Okay. Would you be able to do it? That's the whole thing. You want to make sure that you are adding some flexibility. Now, I will say this. And this is a full disclaimer here. Buy now, pay laters is going to be great for those who are last minute bookers. Okay. Last minute bookers, you'll be able to pay on your vacation over time if you are booking like within 90 days. Okay. A travel advisor, if you are booking within 90 days, depending on the advisor, it would be full payment due at booking. So I see I'm not a hater. It would definitely recommend I would definitely I've definitely seen people use buy now pay laters for those who are trying to book like so close to their vacation date that they didn't plan for this. Last minute vacation July 1st. That would be the use of a buy now pay later. Okay? Now, if you know you are booking well in advance, I mean super well in advance, where you don't need to use a buy now, pay later. Okay. I would also say that if you have certain credit cards will allow you to pay on that vacation over time. Okay. You would make the full payment on your credit card and then you will pay that credit card company back over time. And some of them, okay, may not add on any additional interest unless you don't make the full payment by that promotional deadline. I have seen it. I have credit cards that I have used with that. But if you are not somebody who is financially responsible with credit cards, I do not recommend. Okay? You would definitely have to have some sort of financial responsibility in order for you to do that. But going back to buy now, pay laters, okay? They're great. Not a hater. But if you want to avoid a buy now, pay later situation, you want to start booking as early as you can. If you know you want to go on vacation next year, okay, specifically a cruise, because I know a cruise you can start depositing now and you wouldn't have to pay until next year. All inclusives will be a little bit different because the flights will not be out for this time next year yet. So cruising, if you know you want to cruise this time next year or July 2027 or December 2027, because there are some cruise lines that allows you to book December 2027. You want to start looking now so that way you would have plenty of time in case life was to happen in the middle of all this, because it happens to everybody, to make your payments. Okay. But if you are somebody who wants to book last second, and that's fine if you do. If you want to book last minute, buy now, pay later might be the best option for you because using a travel advisor, you wouldn't be able to do it so close to travel date. Like I said, if you wanted to book now for July 1st, you wouldn't be able to do it with a travel advisor unless you were paying in full. Okay. That's just how the industry works. So that was all that I wanted to give you all this evening about your travel advisor versus buy now, pay later. Okay. Now, if you are not already subscribed to the Travel with MJ email list, and you are on a computer at this time, you can use scan the QR code up here at the top left hand corner, and it will take you straight to my website. If you are on a phone, you can either grab another phone or you can just go to our website, www.travelwithmj.net, and you can subscribe to our email list there. We are also on YouTube. You can find us at youtube.com/@travelwithmj1. Okay. You can also find us here on Facebook. You can find our community here. We are here at MJ's Travel Community right here on Facebook. We are also on YouTube at the same time. So if you are watching this from either Facebook or YouTube, let us know that you are watching us from Facebook or YouTube when you come back to watch the replay. Okay. That's all that I have for you this evening. I will see you all in my next live video where we will be talking about our 10-day travel blitz. Okay. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.